What is up? And good morning. Brought the food box back. Full of goodies. Trying to get the shop set up. Lots of ramen, some freeze-dried jalapenos. I forgot my marker. I'm gonna bring a power distribution thing up here because this shop was not built with having anything like that in mind. So we don't have any place to plug stuff in. All right. Just about time to top off the coffee. That means it's time to use our gear. So I did a coffee challenge here a couple of weeks ago. A few people saw it and commented. I didn't see it. I don't know when it happened, but the video was corrupted or something and ended up basically chopping the video in half. I'm not sure what happened. I tried to recover it and I couldn't. I don't know if it happened during the save, the upload. I don't know. Whenever I watched it through and edited it, it was good, and then all of a sudden it was in half. So I don't know what happened. My apologies. I don't know. Tell you what, this little cook kit has worked out really well. I'm building a couple of other ones right now. I shied away from the JetBoils for so long. Oh, runaway fuel canister, that could have been bad. Sorry if that was super loud in your ears. It's extremely early. Anyway, I don't know what happened. Technology, right? That should be plenty. But something happened. Oh, I caught in a video, and if anyone watching my video knows, please let me know in the comments. Someone made a comment about Nalgene, but was very vague in their comment. Did something happen with Nalgene that I don't know about? Did they do something bad? Did they screw up? Is there leaching microplastics in their things now? Where's my bag of goodies? Here we go. I commented on the video because I'm not sure what they were talking about. They just made a kind of a quick comment of, well, we all know what happened with Nalgene. Well, no, we all don't know. I don't know. So, should be able to get this shop somewhat operational. We don't have a restroom in this shop, and we don't have a sink. So those are the two things that really kind of suck, but we did get the desk in here / workbench, because we didn't really have, we just had little bitty spots like that over there for a flat surface to work on if we need to, build a motor or something. So that kind of sucked. But I think it's gonna turn out all right. Get this little fridge in here. Eric and I like to have it to where our shop, we can basically live in it for a day or two if we needed to. That's probably super loud, I'm sorry. I made up a little utensil pouch last night. I've made a couple of different prototypes over the past week, seeing what will work and what won't work and so on. I drink this down to where I got room for my refill. But yeah, trying to get it to where I can kind of have everything situated for carrying it. You guys know me, I'm all about modular carry. What I talked about in that video that got chopped in half that ended up not working was the FEMA checklists. Ready.gov, so on and so forth. The ones, where am I going to set you right there, I guess. You know, they have checklists for being prepared in the event of things happening. And I was kind of weighing them against most of the checklists that we all know. You know, the 10 C's and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's get some hot water added in here. Because their checklists aren't bad. Few holes, I guess you could say, but not too bad. Come on, get saturated. There you go. So, I'm not going to go back through all that. I may do a separate video another time about that because I think it's worth discussing. You know, do they take into the same considerations that we do when it comes to being prepared in the event of an emergency? I think a lot of their stuff was pretty spot on. Some of the amounts might be a little off, or you know, whatever. They've changed a few things on it because I've looked at it a few times over, you know, past year or two. Yeah, I think it's good discussion. I'm building out a new bug out bag, there's a lot of discussion to be had about that as well, because it's more of a sustainment bag. It's just this huge jumbled up mess when it comes to bugging out and bushcraft and urban craft and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to try this weekend to maybe get out and get some video of the area that I'm in. Kind of show that there's, you know, no bushcraft to be had out here anyway. But sustainment bag, it's to sustain you for a period of time. If you're just going to go out and live off the land, that's a whole different thing. That's great. If you can do that, awesome. But that's really not what I or a whole lot of people see as a bug out bag. That's more of a, hey, I got to get out of this area and get to a safer area. So mine's going to be built a little differently than kind of what I thought in the past. We have, I don't know how to word it, where we would likely go would be in stages. So our plan, if we had to leave this area for whatever reason, would be different, in the sense that it's going to be very modular. Imagine that. You know, it's going to be very much get as far as we can in a vehicle, then we'll have, you know, a very large pack, go as far as you can with that. You know, it's gonna scale down as you get where you're going. But I'm also looking at building a small sustainment bag that anyone could build and just keep in their car, you know, keep in their everyday bag. That would be good for not the big one, you know, not the I'm bugging out, you know, the city's gone crazy, I got to get out of here. Not for that. It's more of a, like what just happened with all the airlines grounding their flights and people were stuck at the airport. Most people were only stuck for, you know, a couple hours or whatever, but some of the flights were straight up canceled. So you could find yourself at an airport, you know, waiting for your opportunity to get where you're going, sleeping in one of the little cubicle things, and that's where this bag would come in. I'm basing it around this pouch. This pouch came off of my Rush 100 from 511, and I'm basing it around that. So I'm going to make all of the inserts to be that width, and it's just going to have basic stuff to make your life easier while you're waiting to get where you're going. You know, that kind of thing. Since we don't have a sink, I usually just end up boiling up some extra water so that I can pour it over my utensil outside and wash it off. I don't see any more flavor juice coming out of that. Try not to make too big of a mess on our brand new area here. So I'm going to try to work on that little sustainment system this weekend and get it videoed. I think it would come in really handy for everybody. You know, you get stuck somewhere for a couple of days, you'll have just some basic stuff to make your time more enjoyable or less of a pain, however you want to look at it. I think I'm going to do one more creamer. I like Dr. Duff coffee. I can drink it black, but I prefer to have it doctored up a little bit. Cracks me up. Sometimes the creamer cooperates, other times it does not. All right, let's test this out. It works better whenever you're not adding to, but it'll work. Stick all you over here so I can wash you out. So yeah, the little sustainment bag. I've been giving that a lot of thought over the past few days. I think it could be useful to all of us. Still building on the med kits. Again, I'm a very modular minded person, so I like to have different, you know, modular carry options for that kind of stuff. Because you know what I might need at work could differ from what I might need hiking or, you know, whatever. And of course the one at home will be very substantial in what it has, because that's going to be the big main one. Another thing I looked into this week is the children's Tylenol shortage. So, you know, this technology is a blessing and a curse. And just like with the gas stove thing that just happened, a little bit of word gets out that, you know, it's proposed or whatever, and the internet goes nuts and like it's already happened, and tomorrow you're not going to be able to buy a gas stove. You know, that tomorrow this is going to be illegal. Number one, how would they enforce this? All they can do is not sell it anymore. I mean, do you really think they're going to have the time to go door to door and collect everyone's JetBoil or everyone's gas stove out of their home? The internet went on a rampage with that. So again, I just did a quick Google search and found a few news bodies that didn't pour gasoline on the fire and said, look, it was proposed. Nothing is even, like, it's not even there yet. So if you know anything different, please feel free to comment. But according to a few of the news places online that usually are the ones telling the bad stuff, they're saying chill. But anyway, so this children's Tylenol shortage, I have one child that's still under the age of 12. She will be 11 this year, so she's very close to being old enough to be in that adult bracket for medications, but she's not quite there yet. And she's petite, so dosing based off of her body size could prove difficult. I said, you know what, screw this. I went to Tylenol's website, looked it up for myself. Across the top, it flat out says, yes, we know. There's a shortage, yada, yada, yada. I'm paraphrasing, of course. It would be funny if it said that, though. Yes, we know. It's still available. It's just gone in some areas and some stores, but I did actually find it locally. I haven't gone and gotten it yet. We'll probably do that either this evening or tomorrow. I just want to get, one or two things. I think they limited it to anyway, but, I just want to have some just in case we need it for her. My other son that's still at home, he's 13, and he's a big hoss of a boy. He's fine. He can take adult Tylenol. He has for a headache already. So we just want to make sure we have some. I'm not trying to go buy out a store or nothing. But again, it's that initial panic buy that causes it to become gone anyway. Tylenol admits that, yeah, they don't have enough to supply everybody. They're working on it, so on and so forth. Now, granted, their PR people could be trying to pour gasoline on a fire, or try to pour water on a fire instead of gasoline. I don't know. But nonetheless, they say, hey, it's not gone, and they have a internet search engine built into their website that will tell you where it's at, how much it is, and whether or not they have it in stock. And I did that, and sure enough, there's stores in my area that still have it, just not the ones we went to. So is it a problem? Yeah, it could be a problem. Is it as big of a problem as people were making it out to be? Not really. It is a problem, but it kind of seemed like everyone was like, hey, it's gone. Like, you'll never find it again. And that's not the case. I mean, I made a little shorts video about it weeks ago saying, hey, if you have young ones at home, don't go buy out the store, but you want to pick some up. Like, this isn't a surprise. This isn't the toilet paper of 2020 where you're in Walmart today and there's complete aisles full and you walk in an hour later and it's empty. It's not like that. Which, by the way, that was caused by panic buying. There's a lot of double-edged sword to the internet, and you have to be able to read between the lines. And I feel like a lot of us, myself included, we're guilty of not reading between the lines and doing our own research. It's right at our fingertips. This guy on YouTube said that Tylenol will be gone tomorrow forever. I have to go buy it all today. Don't do that. That's why it's gone. If you have one child at home, get you enough to get you by. I mean, honestly, how much Tylenol does your child go through? Factor that up. Get you enough to get you by for a little while. Tylenol doesn't want to lose money, okay? Whether or not there's some other bigger fiasco going on or not, fact of the matter is, companies want to make money. So, Anyway, I'm gonna get our power distribution strip thing put in over here so that we have some electricity at our new desk slash workbench. Still got a lot to do in here, but man, we have made tons of improvements in here already. It's always a mess. Every time we take over, it is a mess. But we'll see how long we're at this one. I'll work on some videos this weekend, hopefully. Get some stuff done on the small sustainment bags. And I'm working on some cook kits, imagine that. And then I also want to do a video on my daily carry bag because I am still carrying that Moab 10 from 511. This bag, the only way I know to explain it is, this is a bag I hate to love. I love it, but I hate the fact that I love it. Because for so long I stayed away from that. I tried to figure out how long that bag was sitting in a tote, buried in my closet. Because I got it because it was on sale and I wanted to look at it and I wanted to have the chance to kind of review the thing, you know. I'm a 511 person, you know, fan. I love their stuff. I have a lot of their stuff. I mean, golly, I don't know how much stuff I have just sitting in here. But anyway. And it just sat there for, God, I think over 2 years. Just brand new, sitting there. And now that I started carrying it, I love it. So, video on that coming soon. I'm going to get out of here. I've still got a little while before I got to get clocked in for work. So, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, clean up a little bit, get some power hooked up to this desk, and get my day done. Till next time, take care.